Welcome back. Still Hard Factor 91.3 Nigeria Info in Herringport, Harcourt. I'm Dio. It's 11 minutes gone past 5 p.m. and yes, the conversation does continue. The pharma sector or the pharma industry in Nigeria, it's a very critical one, very important one, especially if you don't want to keep guzzling anointing oil every single time you have an ailment. Before you know it, you might be done with a curtain. And you know, when there's a high demand, and it's higher than supply, the price is going to go up. So what's going to happen? Anyways, pharmacists seek technological revolution in Nigeria's pharma sector. As a story from the Vanguard newspaper. And let's take a look at that story. Nigerian pharmacists have called for technological enhancement in local drug production towards advancing pharmacy practice and medicine security in the country. And the pharmacists gathered in Lagos during the 24th annual national conference of the Association of Industrial Pharmacists of Nigeria and agreed that without technological improvements, the nation's pharmaceutical sector would remain moribund. Now, in this charge to the conference with the theme Technological Revolution, Adaptation in Industrial Pharmacy Practice, a globally acclaimed Nigerian pharmacist and former Minister for Health and Social Services, Prince Julius Adeluyi, urged industrial pharmacists to embrace technological innovation towards driving the future of pharmacy in Nigeria. He said, and I quote, if you are an analog person in a digital world, you will be left behind by the train of development. Let's talk about this for a moment, and there's several talking points no doubt, but what is the state of the local drug production in the country, and what do we need to do? What is exactly is meant by technological revolution in this case? Where are we? Where do we need to be? Joining me for this conversation via phone from Lagos is pharmacist Ijeoma Okey-Ewurum. She's National Publicity Secretary, Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. Madam, good evening to you. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good evening, Dio. Good evening, Rivers people.
Pharmacists seek technological revolution in Nigeria's pharma sector. Now, in a story I read out just a while ago, at some point, one of the speakers there said, if we don't move forward, the pharma sector is going to remain in the moribund state that it is right now. But they agreed with that. Without technological improvement, the nation's pharmaceutical sector would remain moribund. And let's start from there. Does moribund describe the pharma sector in Nigeria at the moment? And I'm asking that against this background. Yes, we may not be where we'd like to be. We may not be at par with international standard. We may not be where you have, at the level of the Pfizers of this world or the GlaxoSmithKlines of this world and other such big pharma companies the world over. But at least we've got our own Enzo pharmaceuticals. We've got our own Orange drugs and others like them, and they're making medicines as well. So does moribund describe the pharma sector in Nigeria?
Yes, what he means is given the potential that is available to us, we're actually not where we're supposed to be. That's exactly what he's talking about. Nigeria, as of today, we are about 200 million people, and I can tell you that up till the present day, we don't even produce up to 20% of what we consume. So that's why that particular word was used by the former Minister of Health, who is actually a pharmacist also. So he knows that unless technology happens in everything, it's not just pharmacy, where all that were for people, particularly in the pharma sector, it has become very imperative that that happens because health challenges can't wait. Look at what's happening with the vaccines. As we're talking, just less than 2% of Nigerians are vaccinated. Even if we remove vaccine hesitancy and maybe they are willing to receive vaccines, where is the vaccine you want to give them? We're still waiting to get, even if we have the whole money in the world today. Vaccine nationality and inequality is a lot. India was where we got the first set of the ones we used through COVAX. But what happened? India came down on the Delta variant of the virus, which almost shut down India. What happened? It has impacted immediately on our expectation to receive vaccines maybe by the month of between June and July. So as we're talking, we don't have those things. So until technology happens here, we're just going to be counting numbers like the Enzo, the M&Bs, and the others, unlike when you get to India, where they produce the majority of what they use and produce for so many other countries.
Well, you said that we're not producing more than 20% of what we need over here. Now, I've had several discussions with you on the pharma sector and other pharmacists as well. And a big problem that you and others in your sector have identified is control. Not that we don't have enough medicines. I mean, I haven't heard that anyone went to a pharmacy to look for a paracetamol or anti-malaria drug, and someone said there's a scarcity of malaria drugs, there's a scarcity of antibiotics, for example. I think a major problem we have right now is even controlling the stock of drugs that we have in the market. Don't you say we might be creating another problem if we're thinking to even pump more medicines into the market?
Yes, no. The issue of control is imperative. Even if we have just 10 numbers of medication, control must be there. The example you've given, if you check, I stand to be corrected. If we have 100 anti-malaria available in our market today, only maybe about 10% is produced in Nigeria. That's what we're talking about. Why must we continue to bring these things in when we know that we need them, we use them, and unemployment is everywhere? Why in the countries where those products are being manufactured, you don't only have pharmacists working there, you have those who will work as drivers, those who will work as maybe machine drivers and repairers and all manners of things. You see, it's a chain. So until technology happens here, even we equally need the technology to be effective in our regulation. Because you see, there's I don't know if you listen to the NAFDAC boss from 2 or 3 weeks ago when she granted an interview to the Channels Television, where she talked about 20-feet containers carrying tramadol into illegal, fake, adulterated tramadol of a very unimaginable strength that could create problems into the country. And it was because of technology. Yes, we agree that as of today, given her person, she's like when Dora was in that office, she wouldn't, because she's a highly disciplined person, but technology partly was part of it, because from the port of origin of those consignments, it was they could view it not just in one office, because technology has been employed, the blockchain. So not only one agency, so when you're going to bribe, whom are you going to bribe? Even those whom you're going to bribe know that technology can trace them. Because I have it in good authority also that she even mentioned it, that the guys at the port were promised to be given them £1 billion. But they themselves know that they don't have total control, that there's technology that has been following this, that is in the container wherever it is. So technology is all we need. Technology will help improve the quality of what we're producing. It will help us to even produce more, because that process which you're trying to do manually, if you apply blockchain to it, by the time you need to do screening at 10 points, the result of that screening, as is happening in one office, could be shared with about 10 other departments. So there won't be a need and delay. That was part of the reason why the COVID-19 vaccine was developed in 3 days. The candidature was all that was running around, but it was in 3 days the mRNA vaccine was developed because of blockchain. As technology was put in, what would have moved from 20 offices could be accessed at the same time for one location.
Let's talk about manufacture, production. You said, about 20% of what we consume drug-wise is produced locally, and you've identified the benefits. Not only pharmacists will be employed if we have more companies or pharmaceutical firms set up within the country, indigenous ones especially, manufacturing these drugs. But like you also identified, we've got the MMBs of this role, we've got orange drugs, we've got MZOR. Now, if investors, possibly, I believe, mostly pharmacists, can put money together, put resources together to set up these pharmaceutical firms, in spite of the prevailing level of technology we have right now, what's stopping other investors, pharmacists as well inclusive, from also setting up similar ventures and manufacturing also?
Dayo, how I wish you will, these things are capital intensive. I can tell you, in fact, in all the researches I've done, it's difficult for any country to arrive to that level, to this level of technology, by what individuals can sit around by themselves and do. It has to do a lot with not those monies that come into your hand or my hand and somebody is asking you to bring it the next day. It's not that kind of money. The revolution that happened in India, for which they are today producing vaccines for countries to use, and they are the manufacturing hub for a lot of countries, happened because some people sat down at a time in India and decided and said, oh, our health sector is not doing well. What exactly are we going to do? And what did they do? The government brought out money and gave push to the health sector and gave loans and told them for 10 years, Mauritania, nobody will ask you for this money until after 10 years. It was after 10 years they started paying back. That is why India became the place, the hub for medical tourism. Because what happened? Within this period, this money was made available without interest or a very highly minimal interest rate, and were given this length of years. So they had to put this money together and came up with what revolutionized healthcare in India. So it's not about that, because if you have money today, Dayo, and I have money, what we're talking about is about ROI, return on investment. No businessman will put out his or her money in any direction that wouldn't bring in the maximum benefit.
All right, Madam, could you hold that thought for a moment, please? We've got to go for a quick commercial break. We've got headlines 5:30, and discussion will continue afterwards. Okay, please stay with us. Hard Fast returns in a bit.
Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162, and let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office.
Extortion, harassment through protest over the bad state of LMA Road. But the Republic files fresh charges against Yoruba Nation agitators Sunday Igboho. Nigerian Bar Association sues President Buhari, Nigerian Communications Commission over Twitter suspension. PDP Governors Forum asks federal government to end insecurity through increased use of military equipment. Federal government is sanctioned returning passengers who abscond from quarantine facilities. NCDC confirms 213 new cases of coronavirus in 12 states. In business, CBN banned sales of forex to bureau exchange operators. Entertainment, American actress Issa Rae marries Louis Diame in private ceremony. And in sports, Moroccan boxer disqualified over attempt to bite opponent. The foreign team United Nations says food aid will run out in Tigray by Friday. Those are the headlines. Details at 6 p.m. Contact our newsroom on 0818 90,017. Thanks for listening. I'm Adedayo Elusakin. Good evening.
We give the facts.
News entirely.
We give the evidence. Just to keep you informed.
News, weather.
I get my information top of the hour every hour.
92.3 Nigeria Info.
And now, hard facts.
Hard facts with Dio.
Welcome back. 28 minutes to go before 6 p.m. Still hard fact to Nigeria Info. I'm Dio. Conversation continues, and story cut to the Vanguard newspaper. Pharmacists seek technological revolution in Nigeria's pharma sector. My guest once again is joined me via phone from Lagos. Pharmacist Ijeoma Okey-Ewurum. Madam, welcome once again.
Thank you very much.
Before the break, you were describing how extremely capital intensive it is to set up the kind of pharmaceutical or pharma sector that it would be ideal. You're making comparisons with what happened in India.
Yes. Oh, yes. Like the Indian example I tried to, present, is that it's difficult for any sector, in particularly the sectors that are not profit-oriented. You see, the first thing you set out, like some of us studied pharmacy and some other healthcare profession, not because we wanted to make money. It is the passion, I want to help people who have health conditions. That is the first thing. There's nobody who sets out any day to say, let me go and do this. And again, when companies come up with medication, is against the ethics to maybe let profit, particularly the essential medicine. If we're talking about cosmetics, that's why nobody regulates those areas in terms of the cost. If you produce a cosmetic, somebody can, maybe you want to change your skin color and look more beautiful. That is not an essential need. So you're allowed to take the cost, however it is presented. Or you can't do that with medications because they are life-saving, items. So wherever they are happening, the government will take the lead in that kind of investment. It is not in fact, beyond what you put down in terms of machinery, to even get the regulation and the legislation up to the level that whatever is coming out from our country is accepted internationally. Technology must happen to it. That is the truth.
You've talked about how technology will help in manufacturing drugs. You also mentioned the issue of vaccines as well. I mean, the COVID-19 era, which I think we're still in, has lent a lot of credence to that, no doubt. But we're not. I mean, the COVID-19 pandemic or pandemics generally are not things that we experience every year. I mean, this probably will be the only pandemic some people will experience in their entire lifetime. But the more regular health concerns like malaria, fever, pneumonia, and all the other things, we have medication for that. Why should we be concerned about vaccine manufacture? Because once again, more often than not, they're once in a lifetime occurrences. Sometimes you might even go into an entire lifetime without experiencing anything of this magnitude.
Yeah, I think it is this thinking that created part of the challenge we had during the COVID-19. Remember that this mRNA technology didn't just come out today. It was being worked upon before. Again, some people maybe thought just this particular scenario you created. Why invest in this amount of money in something that is just an anticipation? And what happened? It happened to the world. Yes, it's possible most of the people now will not experience another pandemic. The last one happened maybe over a century before this one came. But it's still possible that another one may be here in the next 2 years, because the way we live today and the way we lived in those days are not the same. A lot is happening, technology, interaction with even the exalted mammals, a lot of things we do, we believe is we believe it's our right. We can see, as we're talking now, in the past 1 week, about 2 billionaires have gone to space. So before you know it, so many of us are going, and that will come with its own implications. So nobody knows exactly what may be, but we must get ready, particularly for those things that when they come. Okay, this pandemic happened, maybe the last one happened about 100 years over, but just this one that came touched the entire world almost. Even as we're talking, we're not out of it. The Delta variant is moving like a wildfire. It almost crumbled India. You see, so it's not, we can't leave them and say, oh, because we haven't seen malaria. No, those are the ones. If you leave anybody who has malaria, it's difficult for it to, it's not infectious. To say another person will just get it in the next 2 days. And why when we talk about pandemic is that if it overwhelms the health system, you have a terrible outcome if everybody gets ill at the same time. But if it's ailments that will give you time for some people to recover and others get ill, it's easy for you to use the healthcare system to manage it. So that is why it is important that even if, because it's not even fair, let me believe even for some of the ailments that are not maybe public health problems, but maybe about 5% of the population or even 1% are affected. That 1% is somebody.
All right.
It could be me, it could be you.
Absolutely. The lines are open right now. Join the conversation if you will. 0817 93 0002, 0817 93 0003 or 0007. Live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. WhatsApp on 0809 030 6416. So, Madam, we talk about technology, how it's very much needed in the pharma sector. So what's holding us back, really? I mean, we've got universities, they're churning out pharmacy graduates every year. What's holding us back? Why don't we just get the technology? I'm sure we've got lots of brilliant minds in the country who can evolve this technology, or we might as well just, while we're waiting to evolve our technology, we could borrow from existing technology. So what's holding us back?
Yes, just as we said, there are things you don't just get up and you acquire. The kind of technology we need in these aspects we're talking about are shared information. We talk about the blockchain. The blockchain is not maybe something you get up and say, oh, I want to. You may not even have all it takes to get in to acquire it. The first thing we need to do is to create the enabling environment. Make sure, even as you and I are talking about technology, look at power supply. Can you talk about technology without power supply? You cannot. So that is part of the challenge. Because for you, even the simple phones we carry around, you find out that you need power to charge your batteries, you need power to get them working, the automated system will rely on power supply to work. And again, you talk about cost. Cost is an issue, whether we like it or not. Nigeria is still deliberating on to pay 30,000 naira minimum wage. How much is data as of today? Without data, can you operate any kind of technology? Is it possible? It is not. So these are because it trickles down. You can't say, oh, because I am the pharmacist, maybe whatever I earn is enough for me to, have access to the technology that will operate the machines. But remember that some of this automation may have to, be what will drive the equipment you use. And you may not be the one switching it on and off. You may have a handyman who must know how to use technology and should be able to afford technology to be able to use it. So that's what we're talking about. It is not, it's a holistic approach. It's about, as of today, I can tell you that, yes, maybe you say no. If you move on every road, you see phones in the hands of people. But I can still tell you that data is a problem. Unlike in the other developed world where maybe access to data is a lot easier. When you go to a lot of public places, you have the Wi-Fi, you can connect, and then you do whatever you want to do. It's still not like that in our environment. We know the challenges people face. Even the WhatsApp and other social media, you find that there are people who switch their data on as if they are switching on, they are starting their car. It's only when they want to use it. And you can't, when you are at that level, you can't say that technology is available to you. It's available to you only when you can connect to it at will, at every point in time. And it is available in offline and online. Well,
we have to wrap this up shortly. My final question to you, if you could answer in about 2 minutes or less, is: do we face any dangers if we do not upgrade anytime soon?
Oh yes, we face a lot of dangers. We're already facing it. Medications are very expensive, Dio. As I'm talking to you, because you see, we're talking about foreign exchange. What's the exchange rate of $1 to naira? So it means that within the past 3 months, that that naira has weakened against the dollar. Most of the medications around, their prices may have changed by about between 15 and 20%. And then we don't have medicine security. And you cannot have any other security until you have medicine security. Because just as we're talking about vaccine nationalism, people are holding their vaccine. As we're talking, there are some medications that countries are no more shipping to us because they believe they don't know what the pandemic portends, so they are holding it for their own use. So technology must happen here. We must be able to key in and share information and knowledge from the other parts of the world. We must key into the blockchain. We must employ technology in all we do.
On that note, we'll have to wrap up the conversation. Many thanks for joining in, especially. But before then, I think, okay, one. Well, many thanks for joining the conversation. Apologies, couldn't keep up with any of the messages over here. But thanks for joining once again, especially my guest, pharmacist Ijeoma Okey-Ewurum. She is the media secretary. Pardon me, just a moment.
You're right.
Absolutely. National Publicity Secretary, Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. Madam, many thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. It's always my pleasure, Dio.
We've got the major news coming up top of the hour at 6 p.m. Open season comes up after that. If you missed out on any matter discussed on the show today, I'll take your thoughts at that time. Do please stay with us.